Automated machines and production lines rely on some type of programmable control, and this means PLCs more often than not. However, the field has been diversifying lately with the growth of programmable automation controllers, or PACs, and PC-based control solutions. Because of the variety of manufacturing applications, some users, most of whom usually are reluctant to change controller platforms, are now moving to PC-based control, while others implement PLCs for the first time. To check on these ongoing fluctuations, we recently polled Control Design's audience to get an update of the types of controllers they're using. To give us a machine builder's perspective on the data, we've invited TJ McDermott, Senior Project Engineer at Foremost Fuji, to provide analysis. Foremost Fuji is located in Woodinville, Washington, where it builds horizontal bagging machines and horizontal and vertical form fill seal wrapping machines. We'll be right back after this short break. Well, to begin, a few results have shifted since we polled this audience in 2009. This year, almost 74% of the survey respondents say they use PLCs as their primary machine control platform, while only 67% reported doing so last year. At the same time, PACs made modest gains from close to 13% last year to approaching 16% this year. The biggest decline was in PC-based controls, which dropped by half from close to 13% last year to less than 6% this year. Of those that use PCs for control, close to 30% use them for motion with real-time kernels, installed motion cards, or on their own. The most popular PC-based control operating system is Microsoft XP at 50%, followed by Embedded XP, CE, QNX, DOS, and Linux. So, TJ, does this apparent decline in PC-based controls represent the perceived limitations of PC-based control? Is PAC technology seen as an alternative to PCs more so than previously?
I think that the decline has more to do with training. There's a wide variety of PC-based controls, and my customers are focusing on training their maintenance staff on one specific platform, and so they're requesting the equipment we build be that specific platform. I don't think it's so much a limitation of PC-based controls, though I personally believe that the PC has too much overhead with it. In order to be a PC, you have to carry a lot with it, all the drivers for video and whatnot, all the interfaces. A PLC, for instance, doesn't have that. It can take care of the logic by itself a lot faster. PAC, I'm not happy with that term because I don't see much of a difference between a PAC and a PLC that has motion added onto it. We run two separate platforms. One is a PAC with I/O capabilities. The other one's a PLC with motion capabilities. To me, they're practically identical. I don't see much of a difference between the two. I believe a PAC is actually more of a marketing term than a real difference in controller platform.
Okay, our survey also revealed that about 58% of respondents say they use an integrated platform with one programming environment to handle all required functions, including control, HMI, I/O, and motion. This was a slight decrease from last year when 61% reported using an integrated platform. Next up, the PLC users report that ladder logic continues its dominance. This year, 92% say they use ladder logic, while 88% said they use it last year. Use of function blocks increased to 57% this year from 45% last year, and structured text increased to 37% this year from 32% last year. Even use of sequential function charts shot up to 34% this year from 16% last year. Likewise, 45% of this year's respondents say their programming language complies with the IEC 61131-3 standard, while last year only 32% reported that their language was 61131 compliant. Meanwhile, 26% of respondents use PLC vendor languages now, while 38% used them last year. TJ, it seems that there are two things to note here. First, an increase in the use of languages other than ladder, but it also looks like the other languages are being used in conjunction with it. Do applications benefit from using a mix?
Oh, absolutely. There's complex mathematical equations that I wouldn't want to begin to try in ladder logic where structured text is the only way to go. It would take too many rungs or steps to do it in a ladder. Structured text is absolutely the way to go for trig equations, for CAM profiles, for instance. Applications, definitely you use the right application for what you're doing. Ladder makes a good choice for simple Boolean operations where you want to be able to see, to troubleshoot at a glance. Ladder's the way to go.
Finally, one more thing the survey revealed is the increasing use of open, standards-compliant software and less dependence on the PLC vendor products. Does that correspond with what you see in the field? Can you summarize the advantages of using standards-based software in this way?
I haven't seen an increase in standards-based software. The customers that I have want something very specific. They don't care that it is not standards. They're essentially defining their own standard. It would be nice to be able to port stuff from one to another, but again, I really haven't seen a place where 6.1131 actually would be portable. I mean, the theory is there, but I haven't seen it actually executed, moving a program from one platform to another through that standard language.
Well, TJ, thanks for helping us interpret our survey data. We really appreciate your analysis. I'm Jim Montague. Join us again next time for another Control Design Market Intelligence Report.